Episode 6. This is Morning with the Penetrator.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is a little weird. How much caffeine have you had?
Yep, I've had one large coffee and a G Fuel, so.
Awesome. We're going to talk about Taster's Choice, Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, right. All right. Today's topics, obviously, the first topic's going to be Nevada basketball.
Boo.
Even though this is not a sports show, this is probably the last time the University of Nevada will have a nationally relevant subject. So we got to kind of sum up everything with this disappointing Nevada basketball team.
Yeah, just kind of wrap it all into one.
Yeah. And then we'll bring up coin flip versus penetrator in the Patty bandwagon pool.
Yeah.
We'll give you some results and some scenarios for both participants to win this event.
Kind of like a dream scenario for coin flip.
Not so fast, my friend. There weren't many upsets in the first 2 weeks of this tournament. That just means it's a matter of time.
Ooh, okay.
But, Penetrator, I do have to say, last week, particularly on Thursday, I had a blast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was able to show up a little bit,
Yeah,
too.
you actually showed up for the game, which was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
It's normally you're watching games on Gamecast, and that does enough for you. Do you drink beers when you watch a game on Gamecast?
No, because I'm at work. Well, yeah. No, I'm not at all. And I'm not. No, it's only at home. I don't do it at work.
Yeah. Well, so we talked about this subject a little bit before our telecast here. That I met someone that worked with Tad Dunbar, who was Reno famous back in the day.
Ooh,
The sportscaster named Dana Wagner.
that kind of sounds familiar.
Now, I'm going to try to sum this up really quick, and I'm probably going to fail miserably. But Dana Wagner was a sportscaster back in the mid-'90s who covered Nevada football when Nevada lost their head coach at the time, Jeff Horton, he got hired at UNLV in 94-95. And he had a video during this time where this head coach, Jeff, literally attacked him and had F-bombs, and
Was it on live TV?
it was recorded,
Oh.
but they put it on live TV a day before the Nevada UNLV football game that year,
Okay,
down in Vegas.
was the now this is a lot. This is in the 90s.
Yeah,
right.
mid-90s.
Was the rivalry as strong? What like
It was
how
probably stronger.
it was
Because
that's what I'm
of this
thinking.
instance, it was stronger.
Because of this incident.
Yeah, so during this time frame, if you go to Wikipedia, it has a Wikipedia page, and it's called the Red Deflection.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get deeper into this because I'm in the mode. Chris Salt, the longtime great
Hall
head
of Fame.
coach, athletic director of the University of Nevada, was involved in this coaching controversy. At the time, Chris Salt was the athletic director of the University of Nevada. And he was rumored to be on the UNLV's coaching list. They wanted to bring him to UNLV, and rumor has it that he interviewed for the UNLV football head coach job
Now,
at the
had
time.
he had he coached football at all?
He was Nevada's coach before that.
Okay, so he was
So,
Nevada's coach.
Who
Then
Jeff Horton was Chris Alt's hand-picked successor to take the Nevada football coaching job so that Alt could be the athletic director.
Okay.
Because
That makes
before
a lot of
that,
sense.
Coach Alt was both.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Jeff Horton, handpicked by Alt, becomes Nevada's coach, doesn't even win the Big West that year, so he wasn't even the best team in conference. But anyway, next year, UNLV comes trying to get Alt. They don't get Alt. Behind the scenes, they were interviewing Jeff Horton. They pick up Jeff Horton. Jeff Horton takes the job.
Okay.
Dana Wagner was the reporter who was dealing with all of this shenanigans. Like, he was trying to get the inside scoops on this.
And back in the day,
That was the big deal in Nevada.
and that was the only people that could do sports shows, and that's how
Right.
you got all your info was from that
Correct.
guy.
Right. So anyway, Jeff Horton takes the job at UNLV. They are 8-3 going into their last game of the year. Who are they playing? Nevada. Who's their head coach? Chris Ault, because he came back to take the job at Nevada for his second stint.
Because there was an opening.
Correct. Nevada's 9-2. This is probably the biggest game in Nevada UNLV football history because it means both teams to win the Big West. Nevada is a spot out of the top 25 at the time. So at that time they were pretty prominent. They were more prominent than UNLV in football, but Jeff Horton brought UNLV back. And long story short, UNLV beats Nevada in that game to win the Big West and to go their first bowl game in who knows how long.
Fuck that.
And Dana Wagner, the day before that game, catches on video trying to get Jeff Horton an interview, and Jeff Horton hates him because Jeff Horton thought Dana Wagner was stirring the pot with the players with interviews on how do you feel about Jeff Horton leaving, asking normal
Legit.
reporter questions.
Yeah.
And Jeff Horton's livid.
Oh, fuck.
But Channel 8, the Colo, with Dana Wagner, catch this on video as he's walking up saying, what the F are you doing on my practice field? Blah, 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 blah. So
Did they get in a full-on brawl?
it wasn't a brawl.
Oh,
it
okay.
was just a video that was awesome
Okay.
that you'd never see again. Because coaches now, they know how to deal with the media and they won't lose their shit at any time when there's a camera around. But I'm going to get deeper into this story, hopefully in football season when I'm ready to talk sports, Nevada sports again. But anyway, yeah, I met Dana Wagner. And Dana Wagner was one of my little idols as a 13-year-old because of that specific story.
Okay.
But yeah, he was at the stick getting drunk.
Okay. All right. So
that, when I brought this story up to him,
to Wagner.
to Wagner, like I walked up to him, I'm like, is Jeff Horton still your best friend? It stopped him dead in his tracks. He takes his glasses off and asks me how old I am. And I told him my age. I'm 38. Don't tell anybody. And he's like, dude, you had to be 13 when that story came out. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. And
Did he buy you a drink?
no. At first, I learned the next day because he was at the stick on Friday for basketball as well.
Okay.
But evidently at first, he thought I was talking shit about him.
What?
Yeah, because most of the time when that story is brought up to him, it's usually someone heckling him about it.
Oh. But you're in your full Nevada gear.
Yeah, I have a Nevada hat on, but he had a few drinks in him. So
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't sure if...
And he didn't know, obviously know
didn't
you
know.
or whatever.
So anyway, the next day, Friday, I go back up to him because I was inquiring about the whole story I just talked about. And he's like, you're the same dude from yesterday. I'm like, yes, I'm the same dude from yesterday. And he's all, I had to talk to my wife about this because it just blew my mind that someone up here still remembers that whole story like you did. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And by the way, if you're down in Vegas and listening to this show, him and his wife have Morning with the Wagners. That's why we called today's show Morning with the Penetrator.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, so that's the connection there.
Oh,
But
can I, for that, the people down in Vegas,
Yeah.
right? It's UNLV and Nevada. When you're talking sports, don't say UNR because nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about.
don't mind the Penetrator tangent right now. This is not what we're talking about.
I know. I just get that out of the way. Go with your story.
Okay. That's a whole episode.
I know.
We're
but
not talking about that.
I
So
just gotta
anyway,
get that out.
he brought it up to his wife, and he's just like, yeah, this random guy. Hopefully he didn't say it. I wasn't drunk by that point because it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the Nevada game hadn't started yet. So I was feeling good. I was in happy mode, but I wanted to be in focus mode. So I was on point at that point.
Yeah, you were focused.
Dana
I walked
Wagner-
in. You're like, the fuck are you doing here?
Here comes bad luck. So, yeah, anyway. Yeah, he talked to his wife, his co-host, down in, I don't know what station it is in Vegas, but Morning with the Wagners. And
Oh, it's not a podcast. It's actual like
It's a
television
TV show.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, this guy's legit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He went from fighting with Horton to fighting with his wife on morning television. But anyway, so that made my 2 days before obviously the debauchery of Nevada basketball. And getting into that, I don't know, Penetrator, if you've been listening or reading the paper or listening to local commentary.
No, not at all.
A lot of stuff on this basketball team is trying to kind of sugarcoat this
The utter failure of this team.
I will say this was there was the most expectation on any Nevada sports team this year on the Nevada basketball team, and yeah, they failed.
Yeah, they're at the end. They're at the end. They had all the talent and none of the teamwork. That was it was there.
There were times
They had all the pieces and they were either working together and destroying teams or it was a one-man band.
Well,
It was
yeah.
it was weird. It was really fucking weird, and I don't know how they couldn't like nail it down. And
there's a lot of rumors with what you're talking about. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but
Okay.
I'll give a short rundown.
Okay.
I'm not going to bring up players' names.
Okay.
Player A has a black eye.
Yeah.
Player B, there's a rumor that player B hit player A
Ooh.
over sleeping with baby mamas.
No.
This is a Reno rumor. So there is.
I knew it.
No.
I didn't know.
It's a rumor. It is a rumor.
I didn't know it, but I was like, I bet you there's something about that. Oh.
So the more I've thought about it, I think it's fabricated. I think somehow the gist of the story, if you talk to local sports writers, they're going to say it happened during the first game of the Mountain West tournament where player A got the black eye due to an elbow on a screen.
Sounds legit.
And I did look at the tape. And during the beginning of the game, player A doesn't really have a black eye at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, he has more of a black eye. But
Okay.
if I get punched, like the black eye doesn't form right away. Like say it happened the night before.
Yeah.
Even the next morning, I won't have a defined black eye. It takes time for the black eye to come about. So the reporters that are saying, oh, it happened during the game, they don't have the credibility to say that either.
No, because it would be red.
Right.
Have you ever had a black eye before?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Okay.
a couple times.
Okay.
We'll get into that later. But anyway, so there's the black eye conspiracy. I heard another rumor from someone at work. They're like, oh, well, player B didn't make curfew, so I'm using their names. Player B is Caroline. Player A is Cody Martin. There was another rumor that Caroline didn't make curfew. Cody Martin knew this, caught it, called it out, and that's why he didn't play in the semifinal game. But I don't know. There's really not legs to that either. But no matter what, no matter if Cody's sleeping with Caroline's baby mama, no matter what, if Cody was calling out Caroline for not making curfew, no matter what happened,
You still got to play the game
yes. And
as a fucking team.
yeah, and this happened at the exact wrong time. And all I know from these last 10 games, and if you watch the tournament game in particular, there were multiple times where Caroline was open on the block and he wasn't getting the ball.
Yes. Amen to that.
Why? If you would have said at game one that this was happening, yeah, Caroline wouldn't have been averaging 20 and 10 at the beginning of the year like he was. And at the end of the year, he's averaging 10 and 7. And he was forcing a lot of shots in those last 10 games because he was having to create his own shot. Because I don't know, there was a major team chemistry issue. And I don't know if it's because of all these rumors I just spoke of, but there was something there.
Yeah. Yep.
And if you
exactly.
say there's not something there, you're playing blind and you're playing devil's advocate and you should be shot.
Yeah. You're blind
So-
to Nevada.
Getting back to what I initially want to talk about. This Nevada team, I now that we can look back and see it compared to other teams, I don't even know if it's top 5 all time. The expectation was top.
Oh, expectation was top. We were going to go Elite 8 and above.
It was sold.
Easy. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was
The
sold.
talent was there. I would say on paper, it could have happened.
On paper.
Yeah.
On paper. I hate that term. Because on paper doesn't always translate to
Heart.
wins. Wins when it matter.
Okay. So
let me
top.
start.
So you don't even think they're top 5?
The 2004 team, the initial Sweet 16 team, their resume is the best from game 1 through the tournament. It's better than any Nevada team.
Okay.
Better than even last year's team. That team beat, at home, a top 15 Kansas team.
Mm-hmm.
And they spanked them. There was no doubt about it. And then, obviously, they went on to win the WAC. They went on to win the WAC tournament. And then they made their Sweet 16 run where they were up 7 going into the second half. And for whatever reason, they lose the game. That team they lost to was the runner-up in the national championship game.
Yep.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah. So
that's one team ahead.
that's one. Okay. Give me one more.
I'm going to give you 2 more.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get all 4.
All right.
The second team, ranked number 2, is last year's team.
Okay.
Last year's team didn't even have the regular season the first team did. If you look at the 2018 Sweet 16 Nevada basketball team, their best win during the regular season, I believe, had to be Rhode Island. It was a home game at the very beginning of the year.
Okay. I don't remember that game at all,
It
obviously.
it was a long time ago. But that team made the tournament last year. They got a tournament win.
Mm-hmm.
So they
got 2.
I think they made the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So that shows that team had at least one quality regular season win. This year's team did not.
Mm-mm.
Not even going there yet. Third, that would be I believe the 2007 team. Nick Fazekas, JaVale McGee, Marcellus Kemp. They beat Creighton and lost to Memphis. Do you remember this team?
No.
No.
No, I mean, I remember the
You
team.
have an idea of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their best. What was their best regular? Oh, they had the battle in Seattle. They beat Gonzaga in Seattle that year during the regular season. And then they beat Creighton in the first round, lose to Memphis, another national championship runner-up.
2 in a row. Well, that was
In
2
that
in a
year.
row, yeah.
In 2007.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
04, 07. Okay.
No, it goes 04, last year's 2018, 2007 Nevada.
Okay.
The next one after that is the year after we made the Sweet 16 in 2005. A freshman, Ramon Sessions.
Mm-hmm. Is he still in the NBA?
I don't think he's on a team right now.
Oh. But he played in the NBA for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a rich man. Nick Fazekas is a sophomore. Our favorite player, Chad Bell.
Oh. I remember Chad Bell.
Mo Charlo. Seth Taylor. They were not supposed to do jack shit that year. They just lost Trent Johnson because they lost Trent Johnson, Kirk Snyder, Todd Ogeson off the Sweet 16 team. Everyone else was back, but that's leading scorers and a head coach.
Yeah, so the coach went to Fox. That was Fox's first year.
That was Fox's first year,
Yeah.
what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Trent Johnson left to Stanford that year, the year before. No big deal. But yeah, that year, they had no expectation. They still got to 29. I think they still got to 29 wins because you know what? They won the WAC tournament that year. They still won a tournament game that year with much less talent than this year's team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had one future NBA guy in Ramon Sessions. Nick Fazekas was an NBA guy, but he never really got any real playing time. But anyway, so 2 semi-NBA guys, and they had Seth Taylor, who sucked. Like, he was like, yeah, he was the great white hope, but he played. And he played well against UTEP that year. Anyway, that's 4. The 5th ranked team is the next year, in 2006. Nevada was a 5 seed. They lost to Montana in the first round game. Do you remember that year? That was probably the Nevada basketball team with the most expectation before this year's team.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. We were gonna go way past the Sweet 16.
Nevada goes to Salt Lake. Like everything was set up for them. Their first round game of the NCAA tournament was against Montana in Salt Lake City. Nevada fans traveled to that game.
Yeah, and then Montana smoked us. We didn't even have a chance.
They smoked us.
Yeah.
But the difference between that team and this year's team, that team went to Kansas and won.
Ooh.
They had a big win that year. They had one staple win that said, you know what? They're legit. They should be a 2005 team. A tournament.
So what was our big win this year?
Thank you for bringing this up. It's debatable between 3 games.
Okay.
1.
So there's not even a defining team.
Not really. Really.
Yeah, but we beat.
We beat Arizona State when they were ranked. Arizona State was in the play-in game. The first 4. You know that random Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Where it's all right, we're kind of giving you a participation award here.
Yeah.
You got to play till you play in the big dance.
You got to play.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
We kind of want to add another tournament in.
Here's a little pat on the head, little team.
Right. And usually it is little teams like Belmont. I wish we would have played Belmont this year. That probably would have been a better win. So anyway, Arizona State on a neutral court, that we were down 15. We had to come back to win it. And we did. And this was during our streak of going 14-0. Our second win, that could have been our best win, South Dakota State.
Did they make the tournament?
No. No, they made the NIT.
Oh, that's very nice.
I don't think they even won a game in the NIT.
Okay, what's the third?
The third,
Utah
State.
Oh my God,
we beat Utah State at home
and lost there though.
Well, we're talking about big wins. We're trying to keep this a positive segment. So they beat Utah State. They spank them.
Because we were playing like a team that that was one of the games that I had got to attend, and we smoked them because we were doing all the stuff that you're supposed to.
So anyway,
all right,
it's one of those 3 games. The 5 teams ahead of the 5 Nevada teams ahead of them, they all had that defining win. And I think to kind of shorten up this topic and get to the point, we were fooled. Media hype from the end of the 2018 Sweet 16 team after Nevada lost to Loyola, that time frame till the end of the season this year was an incredible hype train that Northern Nevada kind of fell for.
Can you say hype bus?
Hype bus. Broken down bus.
Broken down bus.
The hype broken down bus. When the Martin twins announced they came back, when Caroline announced that he was coming back, when we got Jordan Brown, the freshman that didn't even average more than 6 minutes a game, when we got him, when we got Trey Porter, the way local media, Coach Muss, the university, all promoted this program, they got what they wanted.
Number 1.
Number 1 in attendance. The best attended year for an outside for not even the top 5 Nevada basketball program ever.
Could that be because the population is getting bigger?
It could be. And I think because Muss is not necessarily, he's a Bay Area guy with a lot of, because he was coach of the Warriors and Kings and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with the popularity. But, yeah, this Nevada basketball team flopped. And the reason they flopped is because of all this hype. Because I admit personally, I was blinded until I looked back in the last 4 days and I'm looking at their schedule and I'm looking at how they did. This team could beat bad teams and they could spank bad teams. And they even had issues spanking bad teams, a.k.a. Akron. At the end of the day, they never had a win over a great team this year.
But they were never given an opportunity to either. Do you think that was part of the plan? Like when did the schedules come out?
No. Coach Muss, when he came up with his schedule, he was playing on those teams being good. His non-conference schedule they didn't do what they were supposed to do. But that doesn't matter. If this in the first part of the year, this basketball team was good.
They were great.
They were really good. I won't even say great anymore.
Okay. I thought that they were doing really well. You gotta.
It's hard to go undefeated.
Yeah.
For 14, it's hard to have a 14-game win streak.
Yeah. And undefeated at home. I mean, you got to give it. I mean,
I'll give them that.
That's probably why the attendance is so high.
I'm not saying this team was horrible, but I'm not to say this team was great. I don't see it. Like, I just don't see it.
So what are you gonna do looking forward now? Like, what are your expectations? Are you gonna set the bar low and just kind of shoot for less?
No. I expect them to be good next year. Like, I'm not gonna get into next year's team, but they have talent coming back. This will be a lot like Coach Muss's second year, where he has a talented team, but obviously the expectation is not going to be through the roof. And to be honest, next year's team might make it farther than this year's team.
Okay.
Due to the lack of it's been said in the local media that because the expectation won't be as high, the pressure won't be there.
Yeah.
So they'll perform better.
Okay. All right.
I don't know how attendance is going to be, but I don't see the season ticket holders dropping off, jumping ship.
No.
If Muss were to leave, then they might jump ship, but
yeah.
But I think we talked about this. The moral of the story is University of Nevada, Coach Muss, great salesman.
Oh, yeah. He looks like a used car salesman.
Well, Muss sells Ferraris. The second best salesman ever in Nevada history is Coach Brian Polian, and he sells Hyundais.
Used Hyundais.
Used Hyundais. And he still can't convince me on that. So, yeah, this will be the last time in a long time we get into Nevada.
Yeah. This is.
So, on a much more positive note, let's talk bracket challenge.
All right.
Right now, the Penetrator
is winning.
Is dominating the coin flip.
Yeah.
J. Patty is surprised about this.
Really?
Really? Yes, actually. Because we're going to go back a little bit to our initial conversation. Penetrator.
The Penetrator.
The Penetrator went chalk in his brackets. Like, pretty much the only upset that the Penetrator had was Nevada he had to make him the Elite Eight because of his local affiliation.
And the hype.
That we just spoke of. But other than that, he is looking solid.
Yeah.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4. A little weak there. 5. 6, 7, 8. He has 9 of the Sweet 16 teams.
Yep. Say that again. 9? 9.
7 of the 8 of his Elite 8, he has 7 teams left there. That's the important part.
Yes.
In beating Coin Flip.
And that's when the big points start rolling in.
When you look at Coin Flip, they have 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 Sweet 16 teams right now. And 2 of the Elite 8 teams.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance. Don't get too confident, Penetrator.
I know. Shit happens.
Shit does happen. And like I said off air, there weren't hardly any upsets in the first weekend. That means in the second weekend, they're coming.
I don't think so. No.
So here are the so Penetrator, just so you know. Here are the vital games for you. What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah.
Tomorrow's Thursday. Gonzaga, Florida State.
Okay.
Gonzaga gets that win.
I win.
You can do a touchdown dance.
Okay. But so coin flip is rooting
for Florida State.
Okay, so he's
coin flip has Florida State in the Final Four.
Is he gonna be drinking heavily?
I don't think you'll have time tomorrow.
Down at the Lincoln Lounge.
Lincoln Lounge is. Do you know? Oh no, that's a tangent we're not going to go on. The other really big team for coin flip is Kentucky. Kentucky is coin flip's dog right now.
Okay, but I have Kentucky into.
You don't have Kentucky in the championship game.
Oh, but coin flip does.
Yes.
Okay.
And we knew that at the beginning when we did the coin flip. We kind of got with Kentucky advancing as far as they did in their bracket. We knew
that was the only way.
Kentucky had to do something.
Okay.
So pretty much those are the two key teams for coin flip. And the other aspect that coin flip needs to beat Penetrator, Duke needs to lose. And the sooner the better. If Duke makes the Final Four, I don't think coin flip even has a chance.
I think if Duke makes a Elite Eight.
No. Florida State's the key.
Okay.
Because Florida State gets there in the Penetrator bracket. You have Gonzaga.
Florida needs a win.
Yeah.
Duke needs a lose. And
Florida
Kentucky.
State.
Florida State. I'm sorry. Florida State.
I'm a little sticky about
Florida. Yes,
Florida.
you are.
Yeah. Florida State.
Florida State. Duke losing and Kentucky making it. Mm-hmm. That's what has to happen.
Yeah.
As well as everything else, so I don't just back in the points.
Yeah, you could still back in if all that stuff happens.
I could still back in the points.
But
all right.
For people watching the coin flip bracket and if they want to be a fan of the coin flip bracket, they're rooting for Florida State.
Yeah. And that's one person, you.
Well, yeah, because coin flip as teams lose, brackets lose fans.
Yeah.
Have you been prepping for your victory?
Yes, actually, I have. I made some shirts for Pablo.
For Pablo?
For Pablo.
Awesome.
Yeah. So Pablo's gonna have a brand new white T-shirt.
Pablo has a sweating issue.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna
That'll
be really
awesome
hot
when that's on video.
Yeah, I'll make sure to get that video of Pablo sweating.
Okay. And we can't forget about if you win. Like, I don't know. We didn't really look at who's winning our bracket right now, our pool, the entire pool, because they get a Pablo appearance as well.
It's a cousin, isn't it?
Is a cousin up?
Yeah, cousin's up.
Yeah. Is it Nate Dogg?
I think so.
Okay. It'll be a boring event if Pablo has to go to that winner. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Pablo will have a lot of work to make that party fun.
If he has a party, right?
Or whatever event that happens.
Did you hit record?
So anyway, all right. Everyone else who's in the pool, it's not just about coin flip and Penetrator. It's pretty much all about them. But if you guys win, you need to be thinking about the event.
That would be there's a certain big milestone party coming up that would be awesome if Pablo was there.
I don't think he has a chance.
Oh, fuck.
Pablo might still come. Who knows?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so keep looking at the pool. Keep following us at pattybandwagon.libsyn.com.
Wait, say it again.
libsyn.com.
Yep.
Lipson. Yeah, we're on
Lipson.
Spotify. We're still on iTunes. Haven't had a lot of touches on iTunes.
No,
I
really?
think it's because our audience is older and they don't even know what iTunes is yet.
Well, you have to have an iPhone.
Who doesn't have iPhones?
There's a lot of people. That's why
majority.
Lips Thin is like perfect. A lot of people don't listen. And a shout out to a couple people that are listening to the show actively.
Ooh.
One said that J Patty's a funny motherfucker. Or no, yeah.
Did they think I was
no,
funny
he
or
did.
not?
He did say funny motherfucker. What did he say? J Patty. Oh, J Patty's funny as fuck.
Ooh.
So
put that in the comments, please.
Obviously,
I'm going to put that in the comments for myself.
Obviously, doesn't know you. And then
obviously.
The other guy who grew up in Carson said, "I thought everybody from Gville was gay." So
that other person, I was on the same boat before I met. Before I met the Penetrator. You're right on, other person. And I do have one comment from a guy who's just starting to listen, who I hope will come on the show one day if we can make it work. He said the Penetrator talks too much.
What? No.
That's what he said.
Fuck.
He said which I may have in episode 4 when I had the audio a little high for you. I wanted to help your brand.
Okay.
And maybe that's why he said that.
Okay. Well, this one I was I let you get some stuff off your chest.
I might have turned you down.
Oh.
And then he's back. All right, guys.
That's all right.
Penetrator, what are you going to say to the people?
Hey, just make sure you leave the comments, and we'll check you later. Bye-bye.
Peace.